horse sensed something was wrong. I do have a really interesting gynecology baby horse story for you. Hi, I'm your local OB GYN. I love women and let's talk about it. So a few years ago, I am on call and in walks a patient who's about 28 weeks pregnant. This is kind of like one of the weirder stories I've ever had. She strolls on in. She is distressed. Why? Because she had an incident with a horse at 28 weeks. An incident with a horse. Her husband's away for the weekend, so she went to go visit a horse that she owns in a stable, and she was brushing the darn horse because I guess that's what you do. I don't know. I don't have horses. And then something happens. This horse, which she's had for like a decade, all of a sudden kicks her in the stomach. So she's freaked out. She does the right thing. She leaves there. She comes to me. It kicked her in the stomach so hard that when I saw her pregnant stomach, there was a hoof print on it. I am not actually kidding. That is 100% true. And I'm asking her what's going on. She's like, look, I have pain there, but like nothing else happened. So we do a whole evaluation and I'm like, something just doesn't seem right. She says she didn't think her water bag broke. She feels the baby move okay. She's not bleeding. And I'm like, let me throw an ultrasound on. I throw the ultrasound probe on myself because yes, OBGYNs know how to ultrasound. And when I looked, I thought, crap, there is no fluid around this baby. Her water bag has to be broken. And I looked in the vagina, there was no evidence of the water bag being broken. And she swears that she was not leaking water. So we do the expensive lab test. That guess whose water bag is broken? Hers. So now I have this 28-weeker, her water bag is broken, the baby's starting to look a little bit more distressed, and ultimately we have to come up with a delivery plan, which unfortunately is at 28 weeks. The kid came out, and this was not like a new trauma type of a thing. And when we really kind of like looked back at the history of what had happened and what was going on, here's my take on this. The horse did not cause this problem. I think what actually happened was she went to go visit her horse, which she had done many times in this pregnancy, and the horse sensed something was wrong. And for whatever reason, its way to send the alarm bell was to kick her. It's dramatic, I know, I don't speak horse, but I think it did it because it didn't like what was going on with the pregnancy. And as a result, she came in and got evaluated. So I think if I actually look back on this, which I have done many a time, I think that the horse kicked her as an alarm bell because it sensed something problematic. And then ultimately, we then saw her and delivered a kid that was in distress for other stuff that was going on because the baby wasn't injured. It was actually the placenta was crap. So I actually think that this horse, despite doing it in a really mean way, saved this baby's life.